Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane's studio.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. Friday morning live from the Raising Cane's studio, hour number 2. Flynn, Alondra, Tay coming at you this morning. First hour flew by. Kane is back.
Friday. She's back from maternity leave.
She's back from maternity leave.
Wow,
Took
guarantee don't give you much.
They don't give you much, man. You always gotta show up. She got an hour. 2 little pups.
Where are they? She abandoned
Different
them.
daddies.
She abandoned them.
Mm-hmm. 2 different daddies. That's great. Kane. Gotta watch you. And she's back, though. Good for her. She's ready for the weekend. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm excited about it. It's one of those weekends that we have nothing planned, which the older I get, those are like the best types of weekends when you don't have anything going on.
Yeah.
You can just kind of make up your own weekend. You want to have the kids stay in their PJs all day? So what? Do it. Play outside. Good weather, too. Good playing outside weather. Taylor, you going to be outside?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be outside a lot tomorrow. I got to do a flag football event.
Where's that?
Santa Monica High School.
Okay. High school flag football?
So you'll love this. Ages 4 all the way up to high school.
Very cool. So it's a tournament?
Yeah.
All right.
Last week there was 40 teams. I did it last Saturday and tomorrow. Last week there was 40 teams. Remember Brett in the chat?
Yeah.
Shout out. That's where I met Brett.
Dude, flag football is becoming very popular and very fast, too. Obviously, it's going to be an Olympic sport in a couple of years. And now the youth teams are forming, the travel teams, just kind of like in baseball for both boys and girls. And I am totally here for it. Of course, I've been a flag football coach the last couple of years. Jake certainly is. So it is maybe Razor one day. It is fantastic. And there's certainly a skill to it. It's a little bit different, obviously a way different game than regular football, but like just from a game planning. I tend to, as a coach, I probably fall in the trap of trying to treat it like 7-on-7 too much, where you're trying to run like traditional plays and you can't do that. Can't run just like the normal plays, but that'll be fun. And the flag football stuff's really fun to watch too. I'm like super excited about how it's going to play out in the Olympics.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I mean, last time they tried to do breakdancing. That was a fail.
Well.
Chick from Australia. Hopping like a kangaroo, but this is like an actual real sport. Not to demean the break dancers out there. I know we got a lot of break dance listeners all over the world. Good for y'all. Time and place, but probably not the Olympics. Flag football, I can get behind this.
I'm excited. So the high school age kids last week were really good, but those 6-year-olds were electric.
Oh yeah,
that's where I was at.
I'm telling you,
the 6-year-old group, 6 and 8, they were awesome. We had to give a player of the week, so I had to call them on the field, give a player of the week for each age group. The 8-year-old kid threw his hand up in the air and shouted when I gave him player of the week. It was awesome.
So you're calling what's your role?
It's not play-by-play, but think like, okay, this team on this field, boom, boom, boom. This team
where
won
are
here.
you? Who are you talking to at this point?
Oh no,
huh?
The parents in the stands.
The parents. Okay, so you're like emceeing this thing.
Yeah. It's not play-by-play. It's more like just kind of
gotcha.
PA
hosting the thing.
Tay on the mic.
But I'm on the field instead in the box.
Yeah, PA, not MC.
MC would work too, I think.
Mm-hmm. But for sports, it's probably PA.
Yeah. But it's okay.
How are you going to get there?
I'm gonna drive there.
You're going to drive?
Yeah,
Thought your car didn't work.
it works. I mean, how well? It works.
Is it going to be
I drove it last
same
Sat-
car?
I drove it. Yeah. That'll be a Sunday matter.
Oh. Tay-Tay's in the market.
Yep. I know.
It's going to be exciting. New car.
I mean, with everything else going on, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not just throw
Why
this
not?
on top of it too, Matt?
Yep.
Yeah. It's funny. I was telling you, I was thinking about downsizing a little bit, but I was like, wait a minute. I'm going full dad mode. I'm going to bring a car seat with me that we already have, put it in the back seat, make sure it fits properly, make sure I can hook it up. That's going to be like biggest test. So a little bit of changes. If this would have been 2 years ago, I'd have been like, oh, that one looks cool.
Yeah. Carolina squad?
No, not immediately. They
Not
don't come
immediately.
off the lot like that.
Taylor usually wants his car so low he can't get over speed bumps.
Oh, yeah. It's me. Excited about that.
Well, it's exciting, though. New cars, always fun.
Yeah, I'm fired up about it. I mean, the truck I have now, paid off. So I have a truck note. Not the funnest thing in the world, but yeah, it'll be nice. It's time. It's one of those things where you're like, I don't want to do it, but I know I need to. It's part of it.
Part of the deal. Alondra, any more has the orange cat come back?
I've not seen I wasn't really home yesterday because I was at Marucci with Matt. So I didn't see the cat yesterday. So unsure where he's at. I didn't see him this morning.
She was working on swinging away on 3-0 counts.
Yeah.
I was.
Hopefully the cat didn't starve to death because you didn't feed it.
He looked pretty well fed.
Somebody's got to feed him, and it wasn't you.
I'm pretty sure the other neighbors that had him well fed were probably feeding him. Don't make me feel bad.
Yeah.
Don't make me feel bad about
That's
this.
right. In the chat, Ray Gun. Ray Gun was the name of the break dancer. Couldn't think of it. I saw that actually hit my feed the other day. Strangely enough. I don't know how, but it did. Her hopping away on the Olympic stage. I was reading this morning, kind of looking at kind of all the to-dos and trying to keep up to date with all the sports all over the place. There was an interesting article that I read about, and I know we've gotten a little bit political this week here on this show, talking about the men's hockey team, but there was a article that came out, I think this was on 3, about President Donald Trump is calling a roundtable discussion to discuss the state of college football. Is there a fix? Is there a way forward? Is there a way to clean it up? And it's got a pretty star-studded invitee list that's going to be joining this roundtable. They have invited Nick Saban, Tim Tebow for some reason, Cody Campbell, which is a Texas Tech big booster. I think Cody Campbell's been interviewed like on Pat McAfee. Like he's been very outspoken about his role in the booster role and just how that's affected Texas Tech and everything. Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti, Greg Sankey, Brett Yormark with a Big 12 Commissioner, Jim Phillips, the ACC Commissioner. Like some randoms too, like Tiger Woods, Bryson DeChambeau, Adam Silver, Condoleezza Rice, Urban Meyer, and Donald Trump is going to serve as chair of this meeting. Ron DeSantis and New York Yankees president Randy Levine is going to serve as vice chair. So like this is
Adam's
actually,
uncle.
Yeah, Adam's uncle.
I knew
So
it.
this is like actually a real deal White House meeting. I think Trump has kind of always been outspoken about, or vocal at least, in his willingness to play a role, or like the federal government or the White House playing a role in college athletics and like this world of NIL and transfer portal. And I read this and just like reading the headlines, I'm like, great,
Yeah.
awesome. Like, because there's no way that anybody's ever going to fix this unless it comes from the highest level.
Yeah.
We've always talked about like it's got to be some sort of bill that's passed or congressional involvement, or it's got to be some sort of federal involvement if there's ever going to be any chance of getting the toothpaste back in.
No, I'm sure the government's going to clean this up and make it way more efficient.
Oh,
and
for
effective.
sure. You're going to doge it. But look, I applaud the trying. It doesn't hurt to have a conversation. Certainly, there's a lot of people. Nick Saban's probably the first person that's listed in this article, like being invited to this thing. Like, if there's ever going to be a chance of anything happening, like they have to do it at that type of level. And look, it doesn't hurt to have discussions. I'm sure there's going to be discussions like, here's like what we like legally, what can be done, what cannot be done. And this isn't going to be the show that can tell you those things. It's just looking at this from a 1,000-foot view. Like, good for them for trying. And it certainly has a list of people going to the meeting for this roundtable discussion at the White House that can potentially talk about it. Because we know, like we've talked about it a ton, like college football and college athletics in general is absolutely 100% drunk. And it starts with college football, the bell cow of everything. That schedule's messed up more than any other sport. The schedule's messed up. The calendar, everything is just strange about it. Now, the product on the field is beautiful, and it's great, and it's amazing. But it's everything that surrounds it that affects people's overall view of college football, I believe. It certainly affects mine. My personally, I hate some things about it. I love the product. I love watching the games, but I hate a lot of things about it. And I think we all think that there needs to be more common sense. There needs to be more guardrails. There needs to be more bumpers. But it's never going to really happen unless there is a higher involvement. And maybe this discussion is just an entry point, an on-ramp to how do we even do that? Like, how would that even be done? What needs to be fixed? Because there's a lot. But, like, where do we start? Can't do everything at once. But if there's a chance to do something, maybe it's something small. Like, we've seen people, media people, and college football people all over the place give their opinions on what needs to be done. But let's get a little roundtable discussion on what can truly be done, like what could actually legally be done in some sort of timely manner. Maybe develop some sort of plan of how do we work. We know NIL is not going anywhere. Nobody's trying to change that. College athletes are getting paid. That's never going backwards. But the little things like the schedule, the transfer portal windows, the timing of games, the timings of national signing days, like all these things that when people that are just sports fans that aren't just college football, like in Louisiana, we're a little bit spoiled because of our college football, like because of LSU. Everybody's good. Like we are so hyper-focused on college athletics. Not everybody else in the country is, but when people that are just sports fans that are focused on everything, when they look at like the Lane Kiffin situation, like that stunk because of the calendar. Nothing else. Like coaches leave all the time. They go take other jobs all the time. It was the timing of everything. So it's the things like that that can be fixed, I feel like, but it does have to come from a high level. So kudos to them. Anybody? Any on the other side of the glass? Any thoughts on the administration calling a meeting at the White House?
I kind of think they have other stuff to worry about.
Yeah, I don't like when the government, like we've talked about this before, I don't like when judges, like federal judges, get involved in college football.
What about local judges?
This and that. No, worry about your own stuff. Like it's college football. It's like not even the real world. It's college sports, guys. Let's focus on that. But I mean, you brought up a point of I appreciate the effort. I appreciate them trying. Like Russell Dellinger put this out yesterday that the NCAA sent members a memo announcing they were planning to aggressively pursue tampering violators with significant penalties. And, you know, they put out a few of what it would be, like some of the guardrails they want to put up. Prevent. I mean, remember Dabo called him out. Ole Miss fans got in a tizzy when Lane Kiffin went after, like, one Ole Miss player. They said that the head coach would be prohibited from all football and administrative duties through the 6th game of the season. So essentially a 6-game suspension. If they were called, the school would be fined 20% of its football budget. I mean, LSU makes multi-million-dollars a year off of football. That's a pretty big chunk of cash. Like you could say, 20%, that's big. And another one would be the school would be required to reduce the number of roster spots by 5 for the next season, regardless of if the coach is still at that school. So if a coach is called tampering, you move on from him and fire him. It doesn't really matter. So these are just some things that they have proposed. So there's a lot of talk. I mean, Donald Trump, no Donald Trump across the NCAA of, hey, we got to do something to maybe kind of rein this thing in a little bit.
Yeah.
Something needs to be done, but I don't know why we can't just have that committee without the diplomats
Right.
or like the government. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Because like, I guess at the heart of it, if they could have the committee, but they're not going to have any say so. I'm not saying that the White House will, but I guess if there's anybody that could, it would be the White House. And like Taylor, you say you don't like the judges being involved in it. Well, the NCAA is not enforcing anything. They can't.
Well, so that's the thing.
Because schools found the loophole. They just get their local, like, at no point, like, nothing highlights that point better than our own coach, Lane Kiffin. You know, he's fantastic on social media, very active. Did you see him at Des Bryant yesterday? Mm-hmm. Des Bryant just tweeted something. Des Bryant just said, "Good morning."
Yeah.
And randomly, Lane Kiffin said, "Good morning, Des. Want to get an injunction today?"
Yeah.
Like, it's a joke and it's funny,
but it's also kind
but
of
it's
true.
also kind of true.
No, it's real. And look, the NCAA, you can criticize them over plenty of things over the years. I'm not saying you can't, but all the people that are against the changes and everything happening in college football, I hear time and time again, well, why doesn't the NCAA step in and do something? They can't. The NCAA will impose a rule, and a player in a school will just be like, we're suing. We'll take them to court.
Yeah.
Court will rule in our favor. Don't care. Like, their hands are completely tied here. I don't know what people expect them to do.
Yeah, like, let's not like defend the NCAA in any of this, because they opened up the floodgates.
You started it, right?
You started it, and you're surprised that a country full of businessmen in competitive states found loopholes and ways to say you got absolutely no power.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done. Now, how do you get it back? They certainly can't get it back. Somebody's going to have to get something back, to some power to somebody, and not leave it up to, as Lane Kiffin pointed out, injunctions and local judges who probably graduated from that alma mater. So it's like, what's happening? So I, from my seat, applaud the effort, and I hope that there's something that can be done. At least little things, like just something. Like, somebody show a little backbone. Somebody show something that we can change a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of faith in it, because I think, like I said, the best business people in the country and competitive states are always going to try to find a way. But certainly sanctions would help. Certainly penalties would help. But who's going to enforce them? I got no idea. And will we see Des Bryant in an LSU uniform next year? Is really the main point of this whole segment. I hope so. Get those injunctions filed. All right, we're going to go to break. You got anything to say, Kane? No? All right, going to go to break. Stick with us. Off the bench.
Off the bench.
Oh, yeah, you tired of talking about college football, college athletics, how messed up it is? Well, maybe you need a nice cold beer. And that's going to be Dos Equis. Dos Equis, that delicious Mexican lager especial. I think that's Spanish for special. Amber especial. Lime and salt zero. The chelada, michelada, chelada mango, pineapple, you name it, they got it. So it's a weekend, it's Friday. Look, we like to South Louisiana. We love to kick back, relax with our family, our friends. We love to have a good time. We love to laugh. We love to tell stories. And guess what? A little drink in the hand. Make sure it's a Dos Equis. You go to your local watering hole, you go to your local grocery store, wherever it is, wherever you find your stuff, make sure you're grabbing that green bottle, a big green can, whatever it is, 2 X's on the front. Stay thirsty, my friends. Do it responsibly, but when you do, drink Dos Equis.
I can't go any further than this. Ooh, I want you so badly. It's my biggest wish.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Really missing you and all those things we used to do.
All right, welcome back here. Off the bench. Hour number 2, live from the Raising Cane's studio. I think we pretty much solved everything college football-wise, college athletics-wise last segment.
Tiger Woods alone probably
Tiger Woods,
did all
Bryson
the work.
DeChambeau,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Condoleezza Rice.
I was writing her name down in my little notes here.
Yeah.
I've never spelled her name before.
It's a little odd,
It's
right?
spelled ridiculous.
Isn't it
It is.
Leeza?
ZZ, I believe.
Yeah, it's
I think it's two
ZZ.
Z's. Double E's, double Z's. Absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for service and work for the country. Actually, member of Augusta National as well. One can only dream. That is one of my bucket list goals in life, as well as like tens of thousands of other people, is to
What?
play Augusta National.
Oh.
I'm just throwing that out there, so if anybody's a member
Have you ever been
that's
there?
listening, no, I haven't. I've entered the lottery the last 2 years and didn't hit.
Dang. You don't know anybody? I mean, how can you get in the Kentucky Derby, but you can't get to Augusta?
It's true.
I know somebody.
I mean, it's a little bit more
Scott Rabelais goes every year
nice.
to the Masters.
I can get a credential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he does. The Advocate gets him a credential every year, and he goes to the Masters.
Off the bench, coming from you, from Amen Corner. Be awesome.
You get to set up the table right
Yeah,
there.
set
on
the table right
on
there. Right there on the green.
Yeah.
Gotta play the ball as it lies, bud.
You could be an extra obstacle. They're like, you're going to have to hit the ball over the radio host. He's about 220 out.
No, I will not be quiet. I'm on radio. I'm live. Giving the people what they want. These hot takes. Roy McIlroy's lined up to putt, and he hears me go, "Hey, yo, Tommy!" God, it's Friday, guys.
I could just see it.
I'm-
You do one show, guarantee sends you for like the week. You call them and be like, guys, I got kicked out day one.
Yeah,
I'm
they
just
took
gonna
my
come back.
credential.
I'm gonna come back.
They took my credential.
I can do it from the parking lot.
Yeah.
The parking lot of Augusta.
At least I would have been there. So just like tens of thousands of other people, that's one of my bucket lists, of course. Play Augusta National. I'm starting to get a little bit wary and I'm not as confident as I once was that it's going to happen.
No, it's going to happen.
Okay.
I don't know how it's going to happen, but you're going to be at Augusta.
I really appreciate that attitude. There's not that many members.
Yeah. You got it.
You
have
know,
to
you
go.
You
know
have to
some
know at
people
least
that are-
one person that is in Augusta or like has connections to it. You have to.
I mean, I know a couple of people that have played, but I don't know who they played with.
But also, I'm going to just speak it into existence that you're going to get the lottery.
Yeah. So, like, I believe even like members, they are regulated on how many rounds they can play a year. Now they can play a lot, of course, but so they are very choosy, of course, on people they bring. Of course, if you're a member of Augusta, you have to be invited. You can't apply. Like, it's a secret club. Got to be invited. Not cheap. It doesn't really matter who you are. Everybody's treated the same.
But like for you, the person you know the best, that has the best shot is obviously Aaron Rodgers. But how close are you to anyone affiliated with the Patriots or Raiders? Because I promise you, Tom Brady could get you in. Tom Brady can play at Augusta if he wants to.
Aaron doesn't?
Look, I don't know if Tom Brady could find somebody if he's not a member.
That's what I'm saying.
He
'cause
could find somebody that is a member.
He did the
but
match.
He's
him
not.
and Peyton. with
He's
Phil
not
and
calling
Tiger.
Augusta and saying, "Let me play around." That ain't happening. I don't
No,
care
but he
who
could
you
get in.
are.
He could get in though.
He could find somebody to take
Right.
him. I'm
He
sure
can- he
anybody
can
would be
get in.
chomping at the bits to take him. I believe Peyton Manning is a member. I believe
Jake knows Peyton Manning
that's the rumors. Why'd you point at Kane?
because Jake's normally sitting there.
Kane has no. She has no.
Kane can't go.
She can't get in.
I don't think dogs are allowed.
She's a dog. She probably poop on the green.
Someone that's listening to has to have something. So if you love Matt Flynn won y'all a national championship.
Right.
Get this man to
Take me to
Augusta.
Take me to Augusta, please.
There's someone else. Is it Todd Polites that always goes to?
It sounds like a Todd thing.
I might have that wrong, but somebody over there, like in the sports properties, always goes. Man, when you and Natty, you can't get him to Augusta.
Right.
Come on.
Kane, what about your owner?
Yeah, Todd, where you at?
Bet he's gone. Well, I think the odds are probably like minus probably 3,500 that I probably won't play.
Oh man, your odds are better than most.
Right. You've some odds for some of the stuff that you've done in your life is probably pretty high too.
JP LeBlanc in the chat said I couldn't even get in to play Angola. Angola does have a little golf course.
And a rodeo.
Mm-hmm. It's a great rodeo. Y'all ever been?
No, but I hear it's great.
Taylor, have you been?
Where?
The
Yeah,
Angola
Angola
rodeo.
rodeo.
Once when I was really, really young. Like I don't remember. I have like a picture of me, like they had like a stuffed bull, but I don't remember it.
We went. The only time I've ever been was when we were living in St. Francisville, and Huck was actually like newborn.
Oh.
This was like I think it was the fall rodeo, and he was born in early September. We took him. It was fantastic. A lot of crafts. People loading up on rocking chairs and cutting boards and all sorts of stuff made there.
Yeah, I hear the art's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually it was actually really fun, really enjoyable. I'm sure a lot of people listening have been, maybe multiple times. But yeah, people do. They like bring trailers and load up on handmade furniture and all sorts of cool stuff. Very fun. I'd like to go again.
Should we call Jay Clark?
Yes. We're going to go to break. And when we come back, we will chat with your head coach of your LSU gymnastics team. So stick with us right here. Off the bench.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com. You're number one, your most reliable trash and waste removal service in Louisiana. So we've, again, I told you the other day I was driving around and I saw a big red roll-off dumpster. Well, I saw another one yesterday on Interstate. Rolling. They see me rolling with a roll-off dumpster. No matter, they got 3 different sizes. So no matter the size of your project, if you have a special project, if you're cleaning out the attic, maybe cleaning out the house, cleaning out an office, whatever it is, maybe you're moving and you just got a bunch of waste. Well, call them, talk to them about that roll-off dumpster. 3 sizes to choose from. You tell them, just talk to the person that answers about your project, what's happening. They will size it perfectly for that job. And it's flat rate pricing on a roll-off dumpster. And I can't emphasize that enough because I've done a lot of them from different companies and it's never flat rate. It's like, oh yeah, you can pay this. And I'm like, oh, that sounds great. Well, I'll get the final invoice and well, there's fuel surcharges, all these different fees, not with Trash Rangers. Go check them out, trashrangers.com.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back right here, Off the Bench. Friday morning, live from the Raising Cane's studio. We are honored to have Coach Jay Clark, your head coach of LSU Gymnastics team, joining the show this morning. We are thankful each and every week that he joins. Coach, how you doing?
Doing good this morning, guys. How are y'all?
Doing fantastic. We appreciate the time and apologize for being a couple minutes late. There is absolutely no reason for it. We just absolutely went off. We saw a squirrel last segment and we just kind of lost track of time. So we apologize for the delay here, Coach, but glad that you're joining us. Well, let's talk about this past week. Let's talk about your team and headed into tonight as well. So last Friday, you lose a great match to a fantastic Oklahoma team, of course. But you put up a season-high road score. Kaylin Chio with a pair of 10s on the night. How do you think? Let's get a little recap of that meet and how your team did.
Well, I mean, in our sport, and people hear me say this, and they kind of get confused. It's the wins and losses don't determine an awful lot for us. It's our scoring average is what determines how we're seeded in the postseason. So even in a loss, we ended up improving our position nationally and putting some distance between us and some other people that are below us. But at the same time, we do want to win them all, and it does matter to us. But when you go into an environment like that, Oklahoma had their first sellout in program history, an incredible environment, very similar to what we experience here at the PMAC on a regular basis, and it was a great environment. And when you can stay within 0.2 of a team that's at or above where your scoring average is, you kind of come away feeling like, in many ways, that's a win. It's our environment is probably worth 0.2 to us, and so when you can stay with them and do what you've done, it's a confidence booster even in defeat, which is kind of antithetical to the way most people think. But at the same time, we felt good about what we did. I felt like we raised our floor, which has sort of been a theme of ours this year, is that every week we want to raise our floor. We don't know where our ceiling is. We think our ceiling is very, very high, but every week over week, we want to raise our floor, and we felt like we did that.
Yeah, because your leader, Kaylin Chio, she has a pair of 10s on the night. Like, just for the layman out there, tell us what goes into a perfect 10. Like, how incredibly difficult is that to achieve in gymnastics? Because obviously it's a perfect score. There's no flaws on any, but like there has to be the best of the best doing the best routine on a special night. But your team continues to make it look a little bit routine. How difficult is that to do?
Well, she in particular makes it look routine, and honestly, on the vault, I thought she had done some better vaults that had not gotten that, and there is a subjectivity to all of it. It's what's seen by that judge in that moment, and so it was one hell of a vault for sure that she did, but we felt like there were some others that probably could have done the same thing. So much of it is, the level of consistency that you show, and it's like anything else. Michael Jordan could get away with a lot of stuff on the court because of the reputation that he built for himself as being the best player ever, and so. Similar to that, over time, you build a reputation for doing things at the highest level and the most consistent level, and sometimes there's an expectation that gets built into the human element of judging what is inherently a subjective sport. All sports have subjectivity in them. Ours is the most obvious because everything is judged. But you're not going to tell me that calling balls and strikes is not subjective. You're not going to tell me that pass interference is not subjective. So there's a lot of things that are similar. Ours is just most obvious. And I think she's just, more than anything, she does an amazing job being consistent week over week. And I think that helps her achieve those individual accolades. Although you're not going to hear me talk an awful lot about the individual stuff. It's very short-lived with us, and it's not something that we really emphasize at all. I'm just glad she's on our team and puts those kind of numbers up for us.
Yeah, because you bring up, it's such a great point, because anywhere in life, and especially in sports, that subjectivity comes into play in so many things. And the person that is consistent, usually, whether a ref or a judge means to or not, will give you the benefit of the doubt. And certainly she wins the SEC Gymnast of the Week for, I think, the 4th time this year, which is going to give you a lot of benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But you come back home. You're coming back home tonight. Look to continue your dominance at home. I believe it's an 18-meet win streak in the PMAC. And looking to extend that to 19. Take on Alabama, number 3, Alabama in the PMAC tonight. How are you feeling? I believe we're getting pretty close to the postseason here. So how are you feeling coming back home?
Yeah, I mean, we feel really good. The thing you got to worry about is you come out of a big emotional build-up and high of going on the road 1 versus 2, and how does that affect you? But I've been pretty pleased with what I've seen in preparation this week. I think we're in a good place. We know that Alabama is a vastly improved team over what they were last year, and fully expect them to push us and give us a test in there tonight. And that's where our environment comes into play, because the battery can get drained when you get late in the season like this, and it can be tough to get up week over week over week and stay at that fevered pitch. So we need our fans to get in there early and loud and primed the pump, if you will, a little bit, and get in there and create an environment for us. But we're excited about it. I think we're relatively healthy for the most part. We held some kids out last week against Oklahoma, and still were able to do what we did. And I think over the last 3 weeks of the season, our goal is to continue to improve, but also get a little bit healthier and be all guns a-blazing by the time we get into March and April.
Hey guys, I'm curious as to like you talk. I know that the PMAC and your team, they have the advantage of having some of the best fan bases and the best home crowds in the entire country. What does that mean to your girls when they're performing? And I know like when you go on the road, it's not necessarily like some of the other sports where it's like super hostile environment when you're performing on the road. But I
You'd
think
be surprised.
Yeah, I can imagine for sure. But I'm assuming that it gives them. I think you talked about it earlier in an answer about maybe a 2/10 advantage or something close to that. But like, what does that feel like for the girl? What is that advantage they get from the home crowd?
Well, it's just the energy that comes down. You walk into a room of 13,000 people that don't necessarily know everything about your sport because they understand some basics, but they don't understand everything. But they're at a fevered pitch because of the fact that you're wearing purple and gold. That energy just it just feeds our kids. And the challenge for us on the road has always been: are we dependent on that? We don't want to be dependent on it. We want to use it to our advantage when we're at home. And certainly we do, but we can't become dependent on that. It means an awful lot. I'll tell every recruit that comes on our campus, the first thing I show them when we walk in the PMAC is when they come out of that tunnel. And I promise you, if you come to LSU, the first time you come out of that tunnel and it's dark and all you can see is the flashlights on people's phones, but you hear the thunder coming down, raining down on you, it'll make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, and it'll be one of the most memorable things you have in your lifetime. And so it's unique to LSU. There's not another environment like it in our sport. There's one other that can get close to the numbers that get into their arena, but there's not an environment like ours. Ours is loud, ours is raucous, ours is fast-paced and entertaining, and it's just something special and unique to our place here at LSU.
Yeah, look, Coach, I couldn't like even imagine doing what they do in an environment like that. Like I played football, like I was able to, like, crowd noise, great. You just run and hit somebody, right? You didn't have to stand on a tiny beam. You didn't have to execute a flow. Like all the crazy things that they are able to do in such an environment. And that kind of like brings me to my next question. Like you have a lot of veterans on the squad, a lot of upperclassmen. And does it help? And you navigate such a hard schedule throughout the year. Like, does it help having them who's like really taking on those leadership roles from just like a psychology standpoint, getting the team ready each and every week?
Yeah, going into this year, I was concerned because you lose a Haley Bryant and a Leah Finnegan and KJ John. We lost a lot of production and a lot of voice in kids last year, and I was concerned who's gonna fill those voids and those gaps, and really kept waiting to see, is it going to be one or two kids that kind of step to the forefront. I mean, obviously Chio's done it leading by example, but she's also matured an awful lot into saying a lot more and bringing a lot more to the table. But it's been sort of by committee. It's interesting. We've got a freshman that Nina Ballou that really, she's so friggin' passionate about LSU. She's been coming to our camp since she was 7 years old, and every day she reminds everybody that it is such an incredible blessing. It's like the dream of a lifetime to be here doing what she's doing, and she inspires an awful lot. We got transfers that have come in that are seniors from other places that are grateful for the resource and the team that they have around them now that they didn't have at other places. And they provide us with a lot of context and perspective on how blessed we are to have everything that we have. So it's been by committee, and I kept wondering early on, what was the identity of this team going to be? And really it's an identity of kind of collective support for one another. These kids love each other, and it's evident. And you guys know it. You've been in locker rooms when you know you have that and when you don't. And for the most part, our kids are very much together, and I think that makes a huge difference. Even in an individual sport where they go one at a time, it changes the way the pressure feels when you know that you're doing it for each other, and I think that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, that kind of chemistry does show through on all sports, and it has certainly shown through with your team. Coach, you got, of course, the meet tonight, and then Sunday, the Podium Challenge. How does and it's a four-team meet. Yeah. So how does that kind of change your preparation? Does it really change, like having more teams in a meet? Does that change the way you go about or structure the roster?
No, but it gives us sort of a dress rehearsal for what's coming in about 3 weeks at the SEC championships. We get on a podium There's 4 teams. It changes the format a little bit just in terms of the pace of the meet, and I think it's important to experience that. When we're on a podium on a raised surface, the equipment feels different. It's got a little more bounce to it than when you're laying it down on a basketball floor. And so we just make those adjustments and get in a different sort of spatially, because so much of what our kids do, they're 10, 12, some cases 13 feet or better in the air, and flipping and twisting. They're very visual. They spot things like camera flashes going off, and being on an elevated surface like that can change that spatial awareness a little bit. So it's just a good experience for us as we get ready for the postseason. Really doesn't matter how many teams or who's on the floor. We don't have defense and things that really affect us in terms of who's out there with us. But it's very valuable for us, and we hope. I mean, the hard part is that we're 2 miles down the road, and our fans are going to see us on Friday night. And will they still come out on Sunday? And will the environment, feel good in there? And that's something that we want to encourage our fans to get down there on Sunday afternoon too. I said the other day, get to church, get some lunch, get your kids out, go to a meet, get them fed, and get them in bed. That's the way your Sunday needs to look. And so we're hopeful that everybody will come see us on Sunday afternoon down there too.
I don't know how you came up with that, but that is fantastic, Coach. Everybody listening, go out, support your Tigers as they take on Alabama. Then they got the Podium Challenge on Sunday. And he is Mr. Jay Clark. We appreciate your time. We will be watching. We will be cheering. We will be chanting 10s all weekend long. So we appreciate it.
Come on. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right, there he is, head coach of your gymnastics team, LSU Gymnastics, Jay Clark. Fantastic insight, fantastic look into the team, the mindset, the girls, the meets, everything. So awesome, and absolutely the best gymnastics fan base in the entire country. And I can promise you that, because there's I have 2 little girls who love gymnastics, and there's 10 fantastic gymnastics schools here in Baton Rouge. And I got to say that all of those has to be in correlation and in response to the popularity of the LSU gymnastics team. So good luck to them. Hope they continue their reign. Number 2 in the country, taking on number 3 tonight in the PMAC, LSU versus Alabama. All right, stick with us. We will be right back right here off the bench.
Off the bench. Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. Closing out hour number 2, live from the Raising Cane studio. Hey, can I get an update? I forgot to hear at the beginning of the hour. Is the river still wet?
It is.
Still wet. Got it.
It's not an arroyo.
It's not an arroyo.
Wait, that was actually good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know. I was hovering above myself when I did that.
I felt it.
If you want to feel full this weekend, go to Rouse's. Get your groceries. Get all your foods. Cooking. It's a great week to cook. Great week to sit down and just do a long cook too. Enjoy it. Go to Rouse's.com. You can go to the right. There's this tab that says weekly ad. Click it. Then it's going to ask you your zip code. Put in your zip code. It brings up all the Rouse's markets next to your house, next to where you live. And you're going to click that. And it's going to show you all the deals that's happening right there. Like right now, Rouse's near my house. Medium pork spare ribs, $1.77 a pound. What? Red, gold, orange bell peppers, 88 cents. Just little things like that that add up over time. So make sure you're shopping smart and shopping with Rouse's. Rouse's.com. Go check it out. Local company all over the Gulf South, from I think Lake Charles all the way to Gulf Shores. I might be even missing something. They're the best. Crawfish too. Get close to crawfish season. They got the live crawfish right there. Go check them out, Rouse's. Hey, did y'all see the video coming out from the NFL Combine? Aaron Glenn, head coach.
Oh, falling asleep. Yeah.
Snoozing.
Falling asleep.
That's not a good look.
He's going to be fired next year.
Dude, I heard people defending him, being like, oh, well, it's really not that important. Don't go. It's a better look to not go to the Combine than show up and pass out in
And
the stands.
I get it. It's boring.
Sure.
It's boring. I think Bill Belichick fell asleep one year, right? There was a
Aaron Glenn ain't Bill Belichick.
You're not
is
Bill
the
Belichick
thing.
yet. You might want to be. And maybe you will be. And you got dealt a bad hand too. Like, you're the coach for the Jets. It ain't a good look. No one's really ever done it. I mean,
Saints almost got him. Ugh. I'm happy with Kellen.
I'm happy. We'll stick with Kellen.
That little nerd. I say it with love.
Anyway, that's such a it is a bad look, and it's kind of unfortunate they got caught on camera doing that. 'Cause, like, look, you're watching
it's a
these,
meme.
you're watching these kids we talked about earlier kick their legs over their head and try to touch the ground with their toes. Like, it's pretty boring. And they probably were up till 1, 2 in the morning doing player interviews and up at 5 a.m. Like, I get it, you're tired. It's just a bad look.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other coaches
watching
asleep.
the
It's
Jets.
not just you. It's not you. It's me. I get it. Stick with us. I think we got some champagne shenanigans coming back at you in the 9 o'clock hour. Stick with us right here off the bench.
Off the bench.
All right, Pala Group. Let's go. Here in Louisiana, we know exactly what hard work is. We know what it looks like, and nobody represents that spirit better than Pala Industrial Contractors. For over 52 years, Pala's been building confidence, building the Gulf Coast with a reputation for safety, quality, and craftsmanship that stands the test of time. And guess what? Like, look, if you're out there and you're looking for a job, you're looking for a fantastic place to work, Pala is on a roll right now. They got contracts, they got jobs happening everywhere. So if you're a skilled welder, pipe fitter, craftsman, project professional, and you're looking to take your career to the next level, well, it's Pala. Employee-owned, relationship-driven, because at Pala, it's more than just construction with them. It's about the people. It's about taking care of their clients. And most importantly, it's about taking care of their employees. And everything from steel fabrication, precision pipe, and helical piles, Pala delivers results that you can trust. So if you are looking, make sure you remember they're employee-owned, relationship-driven. So go check it out, palagroup.com, PALA group.com.